Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Movie Kid Podcast. I'm your host, Kit Bowen. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about the big movie coming out this weekend, The Running Man, but we're also going to give some quick reviews for Frankenstein and a surprise review at the end. So stay tuned for that. So we'll jump right into it. Let's talk about Running Man. This is a remake of the 1985 film, sort of remake. It is let me read the description. A man joins a game show in which contestants allowed to go anywhere in the world are pursued by hunters hired to kill them. It stars the wonderful Glen Powell. Also, Josh Brolin is in it. Lee Pace, Colman Domingo, and a bunch of sort of cameos as well. And it's co-written by the wonderful Edgar Wright. So I'm gonna let you start us off, Joel. What did you think of The Running Man?
I had a blast. I just had a blast. First of all, and we already knew this, Glen Powell's a movie star.
Yes.
This guy can carry a movie, obviously, between Twisters and a star-making turn in Top Gun, and then that romantic comedy with Sydney Sweeney that I can remember. Anyone But You.
Yes.
That was a surprise hit a couple summers ago, and I love him on Chad Powers, which is a TV show on where he pretends to be a quarterback when he's long since graduated from college. Um, and he's got
And
this
don't
quality
forget
with
Hitman
oh, well,
on
of course,
Netflix
Hitman,
as
which is
well. Yeah.
a delight, a delight. Well, and I did a little research. Did you know there's some movies that he was in that you could totally forget? He was in The Dark Knight.
Was he?
Yeah, yeah,
Who
he
did
was in
he?
The Dark Knight. He was office worker number seven.
He's been around. That's the thing. He's
Yeah,
been around, and suddenly
yeah,
he
and
just hit big. Yeah.
he just worked, whatever it was, didn't matter. But anyway, he was fabulous. I thought supporting cast is fabulous. For me, the biggest thing about this is having read the Stephen King novel,
Yeah.
and seeing an interview with Arnold recently, that this is much more a truer adaptation to what Stephen King wrote than what we
Yeah.
got with the Arnold movie. And
Yeah.
Arnold was interviewed about it, and he said it had nothing to do with anything or disrespect or wanting to change it or anything. It had everything to do with money, and that basically they didn't have the budget to open up the world, so they had the Running Man be in this more of an American Gladiators kind of thing.
Yeah.
And King was like, okay, what are you going to do? But, we got Arnold and whatever. But like, I thought that, we really get what King intended with this version. And when it was first announced, even Glen Powell, who I'll watch in anything, I was like, really? Do we really need it?
Yeah.
And it's the fourth Stephen King adaptation this year.
I
All three were
know.
fantastic. All three were just fantastic. And this
Yes.
joins them. This joins them. So Stephen is sitting at home. He's going to have himself a merry little holiday because he is counting money, baby. Um, and he's happy because you know what? Edgar Wright, who again, I was like, why would Edgar Wright want to do this? Well, Edgar Wright did this because you know what? I bet you he had a blast.
Yeah.
And it shows on every frame.
Yeah, Edgar wanted to do it also probably because he says, "Hey, let's just actually make what the book was really about."
Right.
And it's a long enough time between the two. And let's be fair, the 1985 one was just pure cheese, just pure cheese.
Cheese. I mean, they
You
had,
know,
I mean, love him to death, but the announcer, the MC was Richard Dawson. I mean, the guy from Family Feud, that's all you could afford.
although he was a good
Oh,
part of the
he was
film for sure.
fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
But just,
No, he ate it up.
it cheese.
Yeah, so definitely. I feel like I had a blast with this too. Total blast. Glenn Powell he is. He's now, I think, our next action hero. I'm
Yep.
hoping that maybe they'll give him some kind of a action franchise that he'll kind of take in the same vein as
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. But the
Like a
fact is
Born or
he can,
something.
yes, yes, exactly. But I think he also can just he can do comedy. He can do, like you said, he can do all of these different things. So it's like he wouldn't have to necessarily be pigeonholed into
No.
this. We've already seen he can do other stuff. So
Rom-coms?
rom-coms, everything. Yeah. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it as well. It is it is interesting that I believe that the novel was set in 2025.
Yes.
So, and I think that's the other thing Edgar Wright was like, well, you know what? A lot of stuff that's in this story is kind of what's happening today in the world. So,
Yes.
you
It's
know, a lot of
timely.
timely. It's timely.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, some people complained that it wasn't necessarily enough action. I thought there was plenty of good action in it. The ending of it may have been. That's also what I heard was that some people thought the ending was a little anticlimactic. I don't know. What did you think? I mean, it kind of
I think it
starts to peter out a little bit towards the end, but I still enjoyed kind of the wrap up of it all. You?
I think it was a nice little bow. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
Edgar Wright. He's not necessarily going to hit you over the head,
Right.
with his movie conclusions. He kind of likes to end things kind of nice. Even One Night in Soho, like that could have
Yeah.
been a nightmare or something, but it ended kind of nice. And I
Yeah.
think that's the same thing here.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Edgar Wright, this is probably his most commercial film he's ever
Yes,
done in a
no
way.
question.
Um, and you know, but he still brings his own sort of sensibilities to it. I thought, you know, obviously he knows how to direct an action film. Baby Driver is just like one of my
Yes,
faves. Um,
outstanding.
and also Last Night in Soho was sort of
Yeah.
I think misunderstood. It should have done
Yes.
better than it did. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I thought it was great.
Um,
Anya Taylor-Joy was
yeah,
incredible.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, I think I think you found a sort of a right mix with this. You know, concentrating on the source material more closely and Glen Powell. I mean, Glen Powell carries it, even if it was kind of starting to peter for me. It was a little bit. You know, it could have been shortened. Didn't have to be quite as long as it was. And the end was a little like, what's going on now? Who's what? You know, that kind of thing. But really not at all detracting from the overall experience of it, you know. And but yeah,
Now,
I had a lot of fun. And Colman Domingo, who
yes, I was just going to
one of
say,
one of these days one of these days soon he'll do some role. I know he's done many up to this point, but there's been other Academy Award performances that sort of outstood stood out more than his, right? But one time
yeah,
here soon,
yeah.
he's going to get that
It's just
role, and
like
they're just going to go, "You got it. Here it is. Have
it,
it."
it, it was that classic. In any other year, you'd win.
Right.
Like it was one of those. Like, but the
Yes.
thing is,
Yes.
he's riding a streak right now.
Yes.
Got a Best Actor nomination the last 2 years in a row.
Yes. It's true.
Now, I don't think he's going to get one for this, but I do have to
No.
say, and we love Richard. Um, oh my God, I just said his name, Richard Dawson.
Right. Richard
But
Dawson. Yeah.
the gravitas that is needed for this role of Bobby
Bobby
T,
T. Yes.
Coleman Domingo brings it. And
And
in this version, it's exactly what's called for.
exactly. And then they kind of, because in the first one, it was sort of a combo part of the host of the show, and he was also like the executive producer of the show, kind of thing. This time around, you got Bobby T and Coleman Domingo, and then you got the swarmy suit, who is Josh Brolin's character, and he's the one
Mhm.
who's getting up. But my favorite, probably my favorite cameo in this is Michael Cera.
Of course, he's great.
Yeah, it's so good to see him. Gosh, he still looks about 12 years old, but definitely
Yeah,
getting a little more
he's
mature looking.
he's made a couple of small appearances, and I think he's picking his place, and
Yeah,
good for him.
yeah.
And
He
Sean
was good.
Hayes,
And Sean
Sean
Hayes, yes,
Hayes,
that
the
was very
hair,
funny.
the hair
That was
deserve
great.
the
Yeah.
hair deserves an award.
But yes, I think this is a lot of fun. It's kind of a nice sort of, you know, and well, let's just say that I'm not sure if there's any more action films coming out after this, but certainly uh for the time that it's coming out in November, having an action film like this is a great thing to do, I think. So my feeling is it'll do really well at the box office this
Very
weekend.
well.
I know it's sort of going hand in hand with the Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Was it the
Yeah, but
third or the fourth one?
It's the fourth one, and
Mm,
I think they're underestimating how people are interested in that.
yeah,
We really
I'm
liked
not.
the first few, but we did not like the third.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that one's gonna fail, but
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I
see.
think this one will do better because of Powell too. I mean, I think people really
Yeah,
like him. So let's hope
yeah.
he
He's
doesn't mess it up somewhere along the line and
what's not
sexually
well,
abuse somebody.
dude, do you know he brings his parents to every event he goes to?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I
I
do.
mean, how adorable. Can you be more adorable? No, I don't think you can.
I know he is he's a cutie. And let's quick talk about the fact that there have been four Stephen King movies this year, starting with
Yes,
The Long Walk, which is very kind of
which
similar in theme, right?
yeah,
You know,
outstanding in that,
endurance
man.
and the
Oh, as
way
that
you
movie goes on, holy crap.
and death being the ultimate what happens. So yeah,
Yep,
that
yep.
was really good. And unfortunately, I think that just got in the shuffle as far as everything is
Well,
concerned. But
it's
it'll do
doing
well
well
in
on
streaming.
streaming.
Yeah,
It is. It is.
yeah. It's hard to watch. Not sure I really want to watch it
Yes.
again because it is a
No, it's one of
toughie, but
those.
yeah, it was hard to watch. And then we also had The Monkey,
Yes.
which I thought was a lot of fun. Just,
So much fun.
so much fun. And wait, there's a fourth one now, and I just lost it. Um, Monkey, Long Walk, Running Man. Oh, shoot. You don't have it, huh? Okay, well, there was another one that came out that was based on Stephen King. I can't remember. Anyway, I would give this a solid 4 stars. I mean, like I said, it kind of went on a little bit long, and I'm kind of, how are they going to wrap this up? But ultimately, I thought they did a good job. So 4 stars from me. How about you?
Um, I would give it 4.5. Yeah.
Okay,
Solid 4.5. Good time. No, you know what? I'm going 5. I had a blast.
I'll do it.
I had a blast.
Do
You
it.
know, the last three movies we reviews are all fives, so we're in a
Yes,
good time right now. So
yes,
this was outstanding. And one thing I really liked is, people may say not quite be as much action, but like there's a frenetic pace to it that
yes.
makes you feel like all you need. And it's in the trailer, but when Powell comes out of the water and he just manically says, "I'm still here." Like you could just sense in that one scene how absolutely bonkers this is.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, anyway, I
yeah. It was The Life of Chuck. That was the
The
fourth
Life of
one,
Chuck. And then
which was
technically you also
delightful.
have Welcome to Derry,
Yes. Oh my God. Have you
which
watched that?
yes,
It's terrifying.
it is it's everything. Did you read the book?
Yes, of course I did.
Okay, of course. Well, I think they're doing a wonderful job with the interludes and how they're bringing it to life and like some of the new stuff, like the Air Force stuff. Like, oh my goodness,
Yeah,
like
and
this
then
is
what's his
terrifying.
face showing up? So there's a
Yep, yep,
crossover with Shining and
yep,
yeah.
yep, yep. He's got this, and like,
That first
yeah, he,
episode,
yep,
terrifying.
terrifying. And the thing is, in that first episode, you never see it.
No,
No, you don't.
no. I've watched the second episode. I have not brought myself to watch the third one.
And the second
Seriously,
one,
it's incredibly terrifying to me.
you only see his eyes
Yes.
in the second. But I've been told by a friend who is an expert that that baby is it.
Ugh,
That
I mean,
baby
it's
was
just
awful.
awful. It's just
Oh
awful.
my God, what the
I know. I'm
horror?
watching this kind of like, ooh, my daughter comes down. She's just, what are you watching? I go, it's really scary.
I'm like, but it's the best.
And then I turned on Leon Morgan's stand-up special next just to get some
There you
comedy in
go.
my veins. So
That's a little tonic. But
I
speaking
love
of
her.
TV, our little
Yes,
surprise
let's talk.
chat
Here's our surprise chat. Yes, go ahead.
is you're a fan of Vince Gilligan, who created Breaking Bad and then Better Call Saul, two of the most amazing shows on TV ever.
Yes.
He has a new show on Apple called Pluribus. And I can't really tell you what it's about because that would spoil things. And I'm not really sure what it's about, which is
Yes.
great. And it stars Rhea Seehorn, who was in Better Call Saul, and she's
So good.
absolutely incredible. And she becomes and is the most miserable person in the world. And it
Yeah, she's
seems
not
all of a
happy.
sudden
No.
she's not happy. And it seems like the world has made it their mission to make her happy. Why is this happening? Even the
Yes.
president talks to her through the TV. So what I think about this is a lot of friends have said they loved it, every this. They're like, it's a little more sci-fi than I'm used to. And that's the thing is some people don't remember Vince
Oh,
Gilligan was a
yes.
writer on X-Files.
He's this one is pure uniqueness, I think.
Hmm.
Because it kind of takes from, I mean, we're not giving too much away, but it's a little bit like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's a little bit
Yep.
of, just like a societal, post-apocalyptic kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's very high concept, and I think some people might have a little bit of an issue with that because they are so used to Gilligan stuff being more grounded, obviously. So I think that's why people are like, huh, I'm not sure about this, but I guarantee you that somewhere along the line it's going to get, it's going to be about these characters more than about the concept of it.
Yes.
So I'm totally hooked, totally hooked.
I'm
So I
totally
believe I'm not sure if the third episode's come out, but you can at least watch the first two now
right.
if you have Apple
Every
TV.
Sunday.
So every
Every
Sunday.
Sunday. And while we're on the subject, really quick, there's another show on Apple Plus. Um, and I just happened to stumble on it. It's called Final Frontier or The Last
Yes,
Frontier.
The Last
The,
Frontier. Yes,
the Last Frontier. And basically the idea is that it's kind of like Con Air in a way, but like
yes,
a
it is.
plane full of very bad people crash in the Alaskan wilderness, and a local sheriff, played excellently by Jason Clarke, has to
Who's in
find them.
everything right now?
Yes. So that's another one. So while I was at it, I thought I'd
Yeah,
mention.
you know what? I have started. I'm in the middle of that one. I haven't finished it yet. I have to say that the concept of it and some of the stuff is interesting, but the FBI agent or whoever the Black Ops whatever she
Yeah.
is, CIA whatever she is, she kind of bugs me a little bit. I mean, there's some parts to it that bug me a little bit, but if you want to watch something with Jason Clarke in it, you got to watch the Murdoch
Oh yeah.
Death in the Family Hulu limited series about the Murdoch family from the father kills the wife and the son and just it's and he plays the Papa Murdoch and he is really good.
That's
So
good.
check
Good.
that one out too. Anyway, so we're
Remember
gonna
when?
wrap up real
Yeah.
quick. We're gonna
Yeah.
wrap up real quick and
You
talk
got it.
about Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro's take on the Frankenstein story. And it stars Oscar Isaac and Jacob Elordi as the monster, Frankenstein's monster. I don't know, whatever the heck you call him.
Frankenstein's
And
monster.
also Mia Goth, who plays the lovely Elizabeth, who always is the main character coming between the two of them. And Christoph Waltz. That was the other kind of big name in film. It was in the theaters for a brief moment, but it is also on Netflix. And I have mixed feelings about it, so I'm gonna let you go first. What did you think of it?
I'd like you to go first.
Okay, okay. I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
Um, I thought it was a bit tedious, a bit boring. Visually, however, I thought it was spectacacular. I'm kind of sorry I actually didn't see it on the big screen first. Maybe I would have had a different opinion,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it is pretty spectacular to watch. But I don't know, there was a lot of talking, and it was just
Okay.
it's obviously all of the issues that always come up with this story is are should man play God, all of that kind of stuff. And I think Oscar did a nice job playing sort of
Yeah.
the mad scientist. Uh, Basically, he grew up, with an abusive father, and but he always had this fascination with the human form and how do you make one, basically make a man, and kind of when his mother died and all this kind of stuff. So he's preoccupied with death and anatomy, and so. But then he creates his monster. He creates the perfect specimen of this, right? And he's all patched together. And Jacob Elordi, I have to say, did a pretty good job too. And
I
they
have a
make
very
him
good
look very, you know, uh,
monstery.
yeah, Yeah, you know what it reminded me of a little bit is the alien in Prometheus,
Mm,
right? With the
yeah,
bald head and the big white body. Anyway,
yeah,
that was a digression there. But yeah, I mean, and then it's the first half of the film is told from Frankenstein's Oscar Isaac's character's perspective, and then the second half is basically what happens to the monster after he's created. Um, and so yeah, I don't know. It just didn't grab me. It just didn't wow me the way I
yeah.
kind of wanted it to. What do you think?
a- And you mentioned seeing it in the theater, and maybe that would have changed it.
Yeah,
If I hadn't had the expectations I had, it might have
right,
changed it. The
right.
second I heard about this, I was like, I mean, there are a
Seems
few
perfect.
there are a few who tell monster stories as well as Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
And if there's a monster story that stands above all monster stories, it's Frankenstein. And
yeah.
I was like, this has Oscar, no pun intended, Oscar written all over it. And I watched it and I watched it, and there was talking and talking, and Oscar Isaac
Ding.
is the mad scientist, and he's egotistical, and there's a lot of lightning, and I just was like, this is not what I expected. And
No,
I started to realize something, that he is one of our great filmmakers, but he has a couple of misses.
he does.
Um,
Crimson
and
Peak.
yeah, exactly. That was what I was going to say. That was terrible.
Yeah, not
Um,
good.
no, and like he's capable of such greatness that when you go in so excited and you get what you get, it's not terrible, but it's like, wow, almost was it's like, why?
I think
Why did you do
I,
this?
I think because he's always so high concept, right? He's
Yeah.
gothic. He's, that's his sort of his take. And, with Pan's Labyrinth, I mean, that was a fairy tale. That was a Grimm's fairy tale,
Mhm.
basically, in a sense.
Very
And
grim.
his monsters were so, unique, but also just terrifying as
Right.
well. Um, and then, but The Shape of Water, I felt was also high concept, but also just it was a beautiful love story, you
Yeah.
know, just kind of set in this
And
weird universe. And I was in it. I was there
yeah,
for it. I wanted to see. It was like what happens if the not Swamp Thing. What's the other one? The Black Creature in the Black Lagoon
right.
actually fell in love with with his intended victim woman. That's kind of what that was. You can see where Guillermo's coming from. Always a mile away,
Always.
you can see where he's coming from. He is one of the most you know enthusiastic cinephiles I've ever known. He loves all movies, and you can see it. It. So I just feel like he didn't have to do this film to prove he's a good filmmaker. He didn't have to make Frankenstein. Clearly, he wanted to. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
he's been obsessed
Yeah.
with the James
Yeah.
Wally or James Whaley or whatever. Uh, the 1930s. When was that? The
Yeah.
first Frankenstein
Yeah.
30s. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure he's obsessed with it. He is obsessed with it. I think he has a thing of Boris Karloff's, Frankenstein. But it's just been done and done and done.
And
And yeah, go
and
ahead.
for me, there's a little bit of a problem, and it's my own problem. I love Young Frankenstein, and like because it was a bit pedantic, my head was allowed to like every time he said Frankenstein, I just wanted to yell, "It's Frankenstein!"
Bean, Frau, whatever the horse is winning. Yeah, I know. It is true. It's just
It's
been done
almost
too many
become
times to repeat.
parodied to
It is.
itself, and
It is.
but
And
my
by the way,
recommendation, yeah, sorry.
no, you go ahead. Your
No, I was
recommendation.
just going to say, like, you want the best Frankenstein. One of my favorite books is Mary Shelley's. Like,
Yeah,
this is a movie show and TV show, but go read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein if you haven't.
yeah, yeah. And okay, so now here's my 2 cents. Did you ever see Penny Dreadful, the first season?
Yes.
Okay. There, that kind of is also a sort of half take on some classic Universal monsters, from werewolf to Frankenstein's monster. But he's played by Rory Kinnear, who's just a brilliant British actor, currently in The Diplomat right now. If you
Hmm.
want to see him as playing the prime minister in The Diplomat, just he's done amazing things. But he plays the monster with man-made person in the Penny Dreadful, and he's fantastic in it. And he plays it as a real, I mean, he plays it as a very lonely, because that's always been the monster's problem or his lament, right? Is that he's lonely. No one's like him. He needs a companion. He needs someone to be with. He needs someone who understands him. It's always been his thing, right? So I never saw The Bride of Frankenstein, by the way. Never seen it. I've seen the first one, but I've never seen The Bride of Frankenstein with Elsa Winchester. Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah,
so here we go. And coming up, because I keep seeing trailers for it, and it looks pretty fantastic. Maggie Gyllenhaal is going to be has directed a film called The Bride. Have you seen these trailers?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what I'm talking about. Jessie Buckley, who, by the way, I believe is going to get her first Academy Award this year with Hamnet, which we'll probably be able to review together because I've heard it's amazing.
And it's about time.
And it's about time. So she plays like a Bride of Frankenstein kind of thing, and Frankenstein's played by Christian Bale, and it's set in the 1930 gangster era. So I'm sorry, that looks amazing. That looks intriguing to me. That looks interesting. This is
my Frankenstein universe just got a lot happier.
Yeah. So, and directed by Maggie too, which is also very cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So I'm hoping that maybe that won't disappoint me like this one did.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't awful by any stretch. Like I said, it was
Guillermo. It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's just Guillermo. It's beautifully, it's beautiful to watch.
Just there.
It's just the 3 for me on that one. What about you?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
3.
I'm giving it 3 because it's Guillermo and it's got its pedigree, and the acting was good. I thought the acting was good.
Yeah, I especially thought Jacob was really good.
Yeah, he was. He was really good.
That's a part that, as we've said, has been played so many times. So to bring something unique to it was kudos to him.
Yeah. And also, it is a sad character. And if it makes you feel sad watching, kind of like King Kong, it makes you feel sad watching him have to go through all this, then it's done its job. So, and I definitely felt for him. So anyway. Okay, well, that's a good show, Joel.
Yes.
And next week it's going to be a wicked good show, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to be wicked awesome.
How excited is Bella?
Like, already has tickets excited. Already asked her friends.
So yes, Wicked for Good is what we'll be reviewing next week. It's coming out before Thanksgiving.
I'm already hearing like they did it.
Yeah. Also, here's a tidbit. Well, here's a little suggestion. This is my daughter's also who loves The Wicked. She's seen it a million. She's seen the play and all that. Watch The Wizard of Oz. Watch The Wizard of Oz before you go see Wicked.
Yes.
Just to give you just to familiarize yourself with that universe once more because that's basically what this second half it takes place in that world. So
especially after that final trailer that aired this week.
Yeah.
I was just like, you gotta see Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. So watch Wizard of Oz and then go see Wicked. So that's what I'm planning to do. So we'll have a very great conversation about that next week. Thank you, Joel. Go see Running Man. Have fun in the Running Man. And if you want to watch Frankenstein, that's entirely up to you. But definitely good TV as well to watch. Pluribus. Check it out, man.
All right.
So we'll talk to everyone very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.